Has been the toughest year in the history of Volkswagen, and after being forced to pay billions of dollars in compensation over an emissions scandal, it now says it's getting rid of 30,000 jobs worldwide, most of them at home in Germany. Azhar Sukri takes a look at why.
Volkswagen has been trying to put a brave face on its troubles. Just this month, it unveiled its latest Golf model, one of the most successful cars in automotive history. But now, tens of thousands of its workers are paying the price for the scandal that erupted after VW lied about how environmentally friendly its cars are.
We will reduce the team by 30,000 jobs worldwide. 23,000 of these jobs are in Germany. But our employees in Germany don't have to worry about their jobs. There will be no operational job losses. The dismantling will be mainly via fluctuation or partial retirement.
The German car maker admitted to installing emissions-related software on 11.5 million of its cars worldwide. The code altered engine performance while being tested for gases that were harmful to the atmosphere. It's agreed to pay $15 billion to settle lawsuits in the US and is recalling about 8.5 million cars in Europe. Volkswagen says the job cuts will save around $4 billion a year over the next 4 years. Much of those savings are intended to fund the development of new electric vehicles.
The Future Pact is the largest reform program in the history of the core brand of our group. It will make Volkswagen efficient, productive and competitive. At the same time, it enables the brand to advance the technologies and trends that will shape the future of the automotive industry.
Volkswagen has made deep cuts to the price of its cars and has embarked on an aggressive marketing campaign. But it's still been losing market share in Europe and the US. It's going to be a long, rough road back to the days when Volkswagen was one of the world's most trusted companies. Azhar Sukri, TRT World.
And Azhar joins us in the studio now. Azhar, we heard in that report there, VW trying to say this is all about preparing for the future, the revolution in the car industry that's coming, electric cars, self-driving cars and so on. And so it has to restructure it, the company, and it's going to have to lose these jobs. But you suspect otherwise?
I think you kind of have to look at the facts. Yes, there are a lot of companies that make such cuts through natural attrition, the terminology there. But in the case of Volkswagen, you just have to look at the facts. In the third quarter of this year, their profits swung, wildly to a... sorry, let me get that right. Third quarter profits were down 45% compared to the same period last year.
Right.
That $15 billion settlement that they've agreed to pay, that is perhaps the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
They are facing civil lawsuits in 5 different states in the US, and there's an ongoing criminal investigation. So it looks like what Volkswagen is trying to do is they see these storm clouds coming on the horizon. And it looks like they are preparing for these kinds of eventualities. And don't forget, its main rival, Toyota, produces roughly the same number of cars with about half the number of people.
Which begs the question, there must be efficiencies to be found there somewhere, and it looks like they have.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you about the broader picture. VW is one of Germany's biggest employers, and when they start to cut back, that affects presumably a lot of people in Germany.
Oh, sure, it does. I think we're not seeing it at a national level in such a big way yet, although one think tank estimated that overall tax receipts could be about $5 billion lower. But you have to look at Wolfsburg and many other cities. Their communities are being ripped apart because of tax receipts just going through the floor.
Right. OK, so a real impact there. Azhar, thank you.